Well, it's a new day. We are back in the van, and what are we going to work on today?
Okay, so today we're gonna be starting to tackle a few more projects inside the van. Today we're gonna be focusing on installing these swivels to our seats. These are really heavy. So yeah, we're gonna install the passenger seat first, and then we'll do the driver's side. Apparently the passenger side is crazy easy. It's just like 4 bolts that you remove, and then you put the swivel on, and then you put the seat back on. Driver's side is a little more complicated because we have to deal with the e-brake that's right here, and that gets in the way when the driver's seat swivels. So you have to like trim some stuff. You have to lower this entire thing. That'll be a bit of a project for sure. But yeah, we're gonna do the passenger side first because that's nice and easy. And yeah, join us as we continue the build of our van. Okay, so to get started on the passenger side, it's pretty easy. We have to first remove this wiring harness here. I think this is part of the airbag sensor system. So just remove this bolt and disconnect this so we can remove the seat. Okay, so I also need to remove this here, which I think is just a pull. There. Got it. Okay, so now that that's done, we need to remove 4 bolts to release the seat. So there's 1 here, 1 on that side, and 2 on the back here. I think with that, the seat should just come free. All right, so now that we got the chair off, I think what I want to do is also remove this seat base and just really clean under here because, I mean, it's a used van and it's pretty gross looking down here, so I'd like for it to be, like, nice. I just want to make sure I remember where all the wires are and where they're going and stuff. Brand new.
Well,
way better
almost.
Than
Way
it
better
was
than it
pretty
was.
Gross. All right, so we need to cut this off, or else the seat won't be able to swivel all the way. So just got a hacksaw. This will probably take a little while. Just painting the area that we cut out with some automotive primer. Okay, so now we can finally put the swivel on. Put this through here. That. Okay, so we've realized that these holes do not line up super well. So we're supposed to get a bolt in right there, and then on this other side you're supposed to get one in too, but it doesn't line up like at all, like, so the bolt would go in almost sideways, so we have to like spread open this back part a little bit. I saw this trick that somebody else did. You get one of these jacks, you kind of put it sideways here and then just kind of like open it up a little bit. So we're gonna try that.
That thing's still covered in Utah mud.
Yeah, that's from a long time ago.
What was supposed to take like an hour and a half is taking all day.
Okay, so after much
trial and error.
Yeah, we got a jack here with a bunch of wood, which kind of spread out this metal enough so we can get this in here. That was pretty crazy. Okay, and then last thing to do is just use the supplied bolt, washer, and nut. Go from underneath, I think. Cool. I think we are done the passenger seat. And yeah, one thing that we learned while we were installing these is that you can't swivel it without opening the door, which is kind of a bummer.
It's
honestly.
a really big bummer.
Yeah, because like, hold on, let's just see what happens if we try to right now. So yeah, if I'm here and I want to swivel this, I'll pull the lever, I start turning the seat.
Yeah. Oh!
Did it work? It didn't rub at all? You serious? There's like,
Wow!
we would hear, it barely clears it. I'm talking like 3 millimeters. It's crazy. Alrighty, we have a swivel. Please ignore the crazy, dirty everything in here right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one down. It's dark out, as you can see.
And my feet still touch the floor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
We were
was
worried. We were worried about the height that it would raise the seats, and it only does it by like less than 1 inch, I think. Okay. How's it feel sitting there?
My feet are higher.
Are they?
Like it's basically my like I have to point my toes
Oh.
for it to touch.
Okay, so
Just
that
like
is
the
that
head
is a thing. Yeah, if you're short, like Dana's like I think like 5'1", so like
Not so tall.
if you're not very tall, it may affect your feet touching the ground clearance.
But honestly, I'm pretty much sit like this half the time anyways, which I know is very bad, so don't judge. But
Yeah.
like, or just like my footrest, so I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, cool. Well, that's one swivel down.
Look, look, look!
Oh yeah. Plus we have
another leak.
we have another leak. This one's actually because there's a dent here. Like there's a dent over this area, so that's gonna have to get fixed. But man, yeah, we got leaks. Yeah, this is
The Lord, that's filling up.
that's filling up again. Hey.
And with that side's actually filling up more again.
It's the next day and we're going to tackle the driver's side today. So this side, like I said, is going to be a little more complicated just because of the e-brake here. So we have to take this apart and lower it. They gave us this like special mounting bracket that will help us lower that. But yeah, we're going to get started. The rain has stopped and it didn't leak that much or anything in here last night. So I think we're okay. Okay, so I'm going to start by removing this. I'm pretty sure you can pull up on this.
Also, that one piece is extremely rusted, so we're gonna clean and spray paint that up.
Yeah. There we go. Ew.
Wow.
That
is
needs some work.
gross.
Wow. That's used Vans, baby.
It's not even that old, and it's like completely rusted.
Alright, just remove the seat, and then we're gonna have to remove the batteries and everything during this, so it's a bit more complicated, I think. At least I have a nice chair to work from this time around. Okay, so same as the other side, remove the wiring harness for the seat belt, or for the, I think it's an airbag sensor. Alrighty. Now what? Okay, we gotta keep track of all this really well. There's a lot of little bits and stuff. So we need to keep these two, make sure we don't lose them.
I'm just wondering, like, why do we have to take all this stuff out?
Everything in here needs to come out because there are screws or there are bolts holding onto this e-brake bracket right here, and I can't access them from this side unless I remove everything. So that's why we're doing this.
I was like, it looks like a clip right there.
Okay. We just gotta remove the batteries. This fan came with like the double battery option, so I'm just gonna remove here, and then it'll all come out as one. it was a two-man effort.
So I had to put the camera down.
Yeah, so we got the battery box out. It's there now. That was really, really heavy. So I think for now, we're gonna do the same thing as we did with the other one and just clean the crap out of all this before we move any further. Okay, so we just removed this, and now I need to remove this whole box here, which is held on by 3 nuts. There's one here, one on the bottom, and then one on the side here. Hey.
Okay, so it was just what, resting on those?
Yeah, no, it's just kind of like sitting in those. They're not like bolted down or anything. So that's just.
But that was really tight.
Yeah, I had to use this trim pry tool in order to get it out. Okay, what a mess. I don't remember how to put any of this back together.
Well, we videoed the whole thing, so I think we'll be golden. Sorry, what are you disconnecting?
The sensor wire for the handbrake itself is right here.
Right where?
This connection right here.
Okay.
So I just have to undo this and just feed it back through here right now. And it's coming in through this like big giant rubber grommet right here. So I'm gonna have to Oh, got it. Sweet. Okay.
Okay, so there was a tiny little tab.
Yeah.
Right
and that
here.
gets fed through this hole right here, so we know.
That thing's it.
All right, so and then now we pull that through. There's a giant rubber grommet holding that in. Wow, why did they use such a huge grommet for such a tiny wire? That's crazy.
Safety.
Okay, so now we can finally undo this bolt.
All that for that.
All that for that. That's what we need to undo.
Okay, we lied. There's 3 screws we need to get to. Alright.
Wow.
All 3 of those screws are out. Again, it's a mess.
Yeah, now we gotta remove 1, 2, 3, 4 to get this bracket off. Okay, so we've taken all those off, and now this thing can come loose freely. And from what I've seen in other videos, we're keeping the front half of this plate, but we're garbaging the back half. So we just need to, we'll get some snips and we'll just cut it here so we can get it free of this. All right. Voila. Gross.
And again, we're only going to keep this front part, which we're going to clean up and paint because that's nasty.
Okay, next I'm just going to use the multi-tool to, you have to cut off this bolt, and there's a welded on nut on this side here that need to get removed. I got the 2 bolts and the nut cut off. Now I just need to drill out these holes so we can use them. Alrighty, I got both of the bolts off. Just kind of want to file down some of these edges. But yeah, that took a long time.
Alright, I realized I forgot to show this in the video, but I painted this. It was disgusting and super rusted, so we just put a rust reformer paint on there, and now we're gonna get ready to paint the actual handbrake piece.
That's looking better. Okay, we'll let that dry, and then we're in the home stretch, I think. Okay, so now we can put on the bracket. So the bracket comes with these bolts that fit nice and tight and these lock nuts. So get this all situated. Okay, so we thought we were ready to go, but we realized we have to cut this bolt here or else the bracket doesn't fit. So
no, we're kind of going off of 2 different videos,
Yeah.
and each video has a slightly different van, slightly different whatever.
Yeah,
so,
they were different model years of Ford.
So we're trying to kind of combine the 2
Yeah.
and see if we can keep the what do you call it?
The lower metal bracket that.
Well, no, we're trying to keep the cover.
Oh right, yeah. This is all so we can keep the plastic cover around the e-brake. Like we could simplify it, but then all of this would just be exposed. So we need to make sure this piece goes back in order to fit the plastic covers. So I have to modify the lower bracket piece so we can get it back in there. So I basically need to notch out a line here down to here, basically on the outer edge of this circle area. So this to here and over, and getting rid of this lip here. Okay, so just to catch you guys up, we have cut and modified this piece. We basically cut out.
I did paint it, but it is now destroyed, so just ignore that.
We're gonna touch it up again
Yeah.
because cutting it up made it all gross and stuff. But we basically cut out like a notch like this 90-degree notch here, and then this piece we basically cut in half. So
there's 1 less screw.
yeah, there used to be 2 screw holes here, and then it bolted, which matched up with these 2 bolts here, and I've removed the top one, so we're only keeping the bottom one, so we're only keeping this one down here. But now everything seems like it's gonna fit awesome, so this can go back here, and this will let us keep our plastic cover for the e-brake. So that sits like that, and then now this, just gonna push it a little bit, fits right there, nice and snug, with the old factory holes for the bracket. And yeah, and then from here on, we just kind of screw all these back in, and then we can get the plastic cover back on. We do need to modify the plastic cover just because it's now like too big, but we'll get to that in a bit. I'm just happy this all worked out and we can keep the covers because that's awesome. All right, so now is the test of if we can remember what all hardware did what. So we're gonna put these ones back on.
We did record
Yeah,
where every bolt was, but again, you never know. So basically what you're doing is just putting in the new screws that the swivel seat came with. Okay, we are removing it now because we've noticed 1 more spot that it is hitting. So we're gonna cut 1 more little bit and cross our fingers that it works. So what we're gonna cut out is this little spot on the end
Yeah,
here.
basically I have to cut a line up here. So we can keep this bolt hole, but we need to shave a little bit here because right now this portion of the bracket is hitting against the side here and it can't move over enough so we can actually screw it in. So yeah, but we're determined to keep this bracket, so we're gonna do whatever it takes.
Okay.
Wrong again.
Wrong again, but you know what? It's okay. You guys will do it right the first time.
Yeah.
This piece now needs to come off because the bolt is hitting here from this piece.
Yeah. So chop that.
So this, actually, I feel like we didn't even need to cut, but
Yeah, we were
whatever.
wrong
Well, maybe not. We cut it anyways. 5th time, you got this. I think we've got it. So yeah, there was a lot to remove.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So this is what the piece looks like now after we cut it.
yeah, so hopefully
do that.
Do that.
Okay, here we go. Okay, well, it's dark now. Okay, so we've gotten it mounted up. Feels good. We're trying to figure out this plastic. So this is the old enclosure for it. We have it back, which is great. But as you can see, the e-brake doesn't go all the way down anymore. So we have to trim the front of it like so.
Well, we're gonna go slow and steady,
Yeah.
and we'll see, because we don't want to cut too much.
Yeah,
But
but
we still
like-
want it to kind of look decent.
Yeah, like we put all this effort into maintaining this plastic housing, so
Okay.
that worked out.
We just cut a tiny little notch.
Yep.
And Mike says it's all the way down, so
nice. All right, now we can finally install the swivel.
Yeah, all that.
All
it took
that.
literally all day, as you saw.
Yeah.
We started like so early.
It's the next day, hopefully the last day of this install. It's taken quite a bit longer than expected. But we're just basically putting all this back together now. So last night when we left off, we got the e-brake installed back on and we trimmed the plastic piece so we can sit nice and flush again. So this is all mounted. We just gotta put all these electrical connections back together and put the battery back in, and then we can install the seat. So that's what we're doing now. So yeah, we just kind of pushed this piece back onto its posts like so. Okay, so we just figured out there's a bit of an issue with putting the driver's side swivel on. So the airbag sensor cable, because we have the dual battery set up, there's no way for this airbag sensor cable to just come up nice and easy through the center to go through the hole of the swivel and just sit nicely, right? It'll get pinched and stuff like that if we leave it up here. So I haven't found any other videos addressing this issue, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take apart these, like this thing, this carpet, and this T bracket thing again, drill a hole through this plastic cover of the battery box, and then feed this thing like underneath it so we can get it all in there. So hopefully that works. Yeah, but gotta take a couple steps back. Okay, so we just put the swivel on just to sort of line up where we need it to go, so just so I know where to cut this hole thing here. So we're trying to fit this thing through, and obviously I'm not going to drill a hole that's this big, that'd be crazy. I'm just going to drill like a small hole big enough to kind of squeak this wire loom through and slice it so we can just kind of slide it all the way there. So okay, so got this all cut up. It looks awesome, doesn't it? So we got a hole for the wire loom, and this is just so we can slide the wire loom through. So yeah, we're gonna put all this back together and hopefully this works. Okay, I messed up. The center hole doesn't work because I forgot about the big metal T that sits in the way, and obviously I don't want to cut a hole in that, so I just did another hole slightly to the right of it.
And maybe we'll duct tape or something that hole so it's less dusty. So we ran that cord through this little opening.
Yeah, there's like a channel here already, which is nice. Underneath everything.
Underneath,
and then it's gonna go through this channel.
one.
Yeah, and then the hole, it'll come up here where our hole is. So this way it's not getting pinched on anything. It's nice and secure. It's good. Chair. Okay, well, I guess you gotta have the driver's side door open for this swivel. Well, here we are. 2 swivels. It only took 3 days.
Well, this one was way complicated.
It was, yeah. Relocating this e-brake just for it to sit 2 inches lower so we could swivel over it like this, and it works. But yeah, guys, anyway, that was the install of these 2 swivel seats. It worked out good. I'm glad we have them now. Even though we have nothing in this van yet, just having these lets us visualize so much better of what we're gonna build and how we're gonna build it, and just like, because we're planning to create like office type desks and spaces for us, and now we can figure out like distancing wise between us and a table and all this stuff. So this is great. Definitely makes a big impact, and I'm glad we got this. But yeah, we're gonna sign off on this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you got something out of this. We definitely learned a few things installing this that we didn't see in other videos, such as like how to deal with the dual batteries and, you know, relocating the e-brake and keeping all of this together so you don't lose it. So yeah, I hope that helped, guys. Good luck on your install. We'll see you guys on the next one. Good stuff.
Well, hello everyone from the future. Jumped way into the future from when this video was actually filmed. But we figured that we would hop on and kind of explain why our videos are not weekly anymore. And yeah.
So basically, yeah, as we're working on the van now, I've also kind of gotten back into work. So we're basically just juggling me having a job as well as working on the van on weekends and whatnot. So we're still gonna be chipping away at that and hopefully finish sometime around this summer. That's sort of our goal. But yeah, in terms of our video releases, we may or may not only have one every like couple weeks to a month. It really depends on how much progress we get on the van and how busy we are in life in general. So sorry in advance about that, but we're still here. We're still doing stuff. We're still getting this going and building out this van. It's just gonna take a little bit longer than expected.
But if you do want to tag along with our progress on the van, the most like up to date and kind of the most in real time videos are going to be over on our Instagram.
Yeah.
You can check out our highlight called Van Build, and you can kind of catch up and see where we are currently at. And then any new stuff is going to be over in our stories, which will be up at the top here. So,
but anyways, guys, thanks for tagging along. Continue joining us as we build out our van, and it's going to be good. And we'll see you guys really, really soon.